How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Set 6, and today we're back again. We're back talking about Ever Crisis again, because we've actually got an interview with some of the developers and the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth team, and we've got some information. So rather than all the speculation and the rumours and fucking James, like we had yesterday. Yeah, James, I remember you. I just want to talk, mate. I just want to talk. But yet, rather than all that, we've actually got some info, and some of it's good, some of it's what we expected, some of it's a little bit concerning. So I figured I'd come back with a quick add-on video to yesterday's video, just to kind of go over some of the official information that we've got. Don't forget, like the video, subscribe for future content. We're going to have all of the Ever Crisis, Rebirth and FF16 news coming up over the next few months. But let's get into the information that we have received. Now, I've not had a chance to look at the full interview. The full interview is in Japanese, and I'm obviously not a Japanese speaker, so it's been a bit of a struggle. However, the legendary Audrey has seemingly had access to it, and they've put some of their takeaways on Twitter, so we're just going to kind of work off that premise, okay? So there may be some incorrect information here, but I have faith in Audrey. Audrey tends to be bang on when she talks about things, you know, regarding Japanese translations and things like that, so I have no reason to doubt any of this information. So I'm just going to quick fire go through these, because I'm squeezing this video out at a bit short notice. Like I say, without seeing the actual interview myself, I can't really go into too much detail, so what I'll do is I'll show the tweets from Audrey and we'll briefly discuss each of them. So the first post from Audrey goes on to discuss how the story arcs will be updated one chapter at a time each month. At launch, the stories that will be available are the OG FF7, Crisis Core, and First Soldier. Now, the First Soldier story will dive into the reason why Sephiroth's Masamune does not appear in the trailer, so we're basically going to get the origin story of Sephiroth getting the Masamune, and it's seemingly going to be heavily linked with whatever's going on in the Wutai area here. Now, we do get a little bit more information on this. It may still be Wutai that we get this from, but it seems like it's a new town kind of near Wutai, so we'll go into that in a second. They also confirm that they're going to be adding the stuff from the light novels, or at least some of the stuff from the light novels. This example here is how Tifa met Avalanche. I'm sure that won't be the only thing that they add from the light novels. You know, they'll definitely squeeze more in there. That's what it seems like they're looking to do. But it does suggest that we won't be getting anything regarding Advent Children, anything regarding Before Crisis, Dirge of Cerberus, nothing like that for probably quite a while. It would seem like it's going to be quite a while. If they're putting all the focus into Crisis Core, the First Soldier narrative, and the FF7 OG narrative, then yeah, we're not going to see the other stuff for quite a bit. And I would assume that this is because the OG Crisis Core and the new story, the First Soldier story, they're going to tie into Rebirth a lot more than the others. That's kind of what it feels like to me. Could be wrong. We could start seeing Dirge of Cerberus content getting released in the very near future, but it seems like that's not going to be the case. Now, as far as how much of this we're going to get, James, you filthy liar, we are going to get the Midgar section of Final Fantasy VII. Now, one thing it does seem to say in the interview, and you can see it on this tweet here from Audrey, for FF7 you will be able to play through the entirety of the Midgar section from FF7 Remake, which is a bit weird and interesting, because it seems like they're adding bits from Remake into the OG story. So like the fight against Reno seems like it's been added in. That doesn't happen in the OG. And it seems like numerous things have been added in that don't happen in the OG. So are we actually getting a remake of the OG? No, we're not. This isn't a remake of the OG. As everybody expected, it's just going to be another weird version of FF7 that they're going to run with. I am extremely disappointed by this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Like, 2 attempts at a remake, 2 fails. Come on, man. It's so simple. It's so fucking simple. Just give us a fucking remake. Now, we also have confirmation that they're planning on using Ever Crisis in conjunction with the story of Rebirth. So a lot of things that go down in Ever Crisis are going to be done to complement the story of Rebirth, which is exactly the kind of thing that we were suggesting, that, you know, they're gonna kind of focus on the things they think we need to see. It's not going to be the whole stories. It's going to be what they think we need for Rebirth. It's a preparationary tool. That's all it is. This is literally to prepare everybody for Rebirth. And yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. So, a little bit disappointing that we're only going to get the Midgar section. James, there's a lot of people that want to talk to you, James. But on top of that, it's also reasonably disappointing that again, this isn't going to be a remake. It's going to be a new imagining of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm tired. I'm very tired of it. Like, I'm very tired of it. Maybe we'll get an actual remake one day. I doubt it. I feel like we're not going to get a third attempt at this, but, you know. Now, there's a couple of things that this maybe suggests. It suggests that we're probably going to get the bulk of the Final Fantasy VII OG story, or whatever bastardized version of the OG story this is. We should probably get the bulk of it by the time Rebirth's out, because if it's coming out in monthly chapters, we're getting the entirety of Midgar, which I don't recall if Midgar is one chapter or a couple of chapters. I'm not too sure on that. Let me know if you know the details on that. But even if it's Midgar one chapter, that means that if Rebirth releases in February, March, like most of us are expecting it to, we'll have all but one chapter by that point of the OG FF7. And I kind of feel like this leans into the whole Rebirth is going to go off the rails and things are going to change dramatically. Think about it this way. They're going to give us the content for Rebirth gradually up to the point where Rebirth comes out. So the section of the OG that Rebirth covers, we will get in Ever Crisis before Rebirth comes out, seemingly. But we'll also get the stuff that's supposed to happen after Rebirth as well. Essentially, if it is a remake, spoiling the whole story for everybody. It feels to me like they'd only be comfortable doing that if they know that once we get beyond Rebirth, things are going to change dramatically and it doesn't really matter what the latter part of the OG was. I don't know. Maybe I'm reaching a bit with that, but that's kind of what it feels like to me. That's the vibe it's giving me. It does mean, however, we won't end up with characters like Cid and Vincent being spoiled necessarily before we see them in a trailer, which means that I would probably expect to see Cid and Vincent in the next trailer, if that's going to be the case, because after the Tokyo Game Show trailer, I mean, I don't know, we've got the Game Awards in December, so maybe we get a trailer there. It'll be close, it'll be very touch and go, but yeah, that is all of the information as far as I can tell regarding the release of Ever Crisis. It's coming, we're going to get the Midgar section of FF7. As far as Crisis Core goes, I would assume Fort Tamlin probably, and maybe another bit after that. And the story for the first soldier takes place in a town called Radol, or something to that effect, Rador, and that's kind of set between Wutai and Medial, but I believe on the Wutai continent, so it's kind of like at the bottom end of the Wutai continent as far as I can tell. It's a new location that we didn't know about, maybe we'll see it in Rebirth going forwards, but it seems like most of the content we're going to get is the content that was available on the closed beta. So it doesn't seem like we're going to get anything beyond that, which is a little bit disappointing, but, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, that's all the information that I've got. I'll keep an eye out for more and maybe do a follow-up video on this, but yeah, it's a very quick video, this, just to kind of go over some of the new information that we've got, and just to let James know that I'm coming for him. Don't forget, drop a like on the video, subscribe for future content, but more importantly than all of that, have a great day.